Hello. It's been a minute since I've done a video, sorry. Sometimes I'm good about it and sometimes I'm not, so forgive me. But today I wanted to sit down and talk more about just life struggles, mental illness, but also just crap that people go through. I just, again, really want people to have a place they feel like they can go where they don't feel alone in the struggles of life. So I did a therapy called through NoCD. And so I like to share stuff that I learned there because I paid a lot of money and I don't want everybody else to have to pay a bunch of money to get advice for specifically OCD. But yeah, I also just kind of want to talk about mental illness in general. I mean, I have dealt with some depression when I was in the deep of my not sleeping because of my OCD, and I have family members that struggle with depression. I have a brother that committed suicide. He was bipolar. That happened when I was 12. He was 18. I'll probably share that story at some point. I actually recorded it at one point, and then I never ended up posting it. I had some issues with my camera and stuff, so I will share that story at some point. But I want to first share something that has really helped me with mental illness, with anxiety, with all of those things, and it is music. I truly believe that music can be very healing. So if you are struggling with any of these things, if you're just struggling with life in general, honestly, like taking time to sit and be silent, not be busy and doing stuff, but to actually just sit somewhere. I mean, sit looking out the window, sit on your bed, just sit somewhere and be still and listen to your playlist. And really think about the lyrics, think about the song, like really immerse yourself in that music and try to focus on that and not on your life's problems and all the crap going on. I really do think it is so healing. And if you want a good playlist, I'm happy to share mine with you. Not sure if it's your style of music, but honestly, I think I have pretty good taste in music, so just saying. But I did that yesterday, and I wasn't even really just sitting. I mean, there were times I was cleaning and doing stuff, but it just helped me so much. Like, it just truly felt so healing. And I mean, if you can go on a walk while you're listening to music, great. But I think really disconnecting from everything and listening to your music is a little bit different. Like sitting in a dark room, just really truly feeling the music. Like I said, listening to the lyrics, being still. So yeah, that's my first suggestion. My other suggestion, and these aren't in any order, but meditation. Meditation has truly changed my life. I do a meditation through, her name is Mikkel Poulsen, and I'm happy to give you her information if you want to do that. She does a meditation every day for 15 minutes. It's like $33 a month, I think. And she does it live from like 8:15 to 8:30. Hardly anybody attends the live session. And then she just posts the recorded sessions through GroupMe, the GroupMe app. So I think most everybody just attends the recorded session because a lot of people are just busy when she does the live ones. I attend the live ones sometimes when I can, but she's just sitting there meditating. And she is amazing. She really knows her stuff. Like I'm telling you, it is life-changing. She lives here in Utah, and she's been through, my gosh, so much shit in her life, and she really knows what it's like. She is truly someone who knows what it's like to go through the shit. And I really like that about her. I like that she gets it. But she has helped me so much. Like I said, like she really knows her stuff. She does one-on-ones too. She does, I don't know if she does them anymore, but she did moon ceremonies. She's just awesome. So Mikkel Poulsen, you can just find her on Facebook and tell her that Jenica Black told you about her, and she'll give you the information if you guys are interested in doing that. And I know she gives you a deal if you do it for like, because I signed up for the whole year and she gave me basically 3 months free. So, but if you can't do them every day, they're just in the app and you can just go in and do them whenever, wherever you want. That has been so helpful for my mental health. Like, I can't even tell you how much. So Mikkel is Mikelle, and then Poulsen, just Poulson. But yeah, just let her know that that you heard about her from me, and she'll get you set up with everything. If you're interested. That has helped me tremendously. But I'm also going to share, and I think I've shared this in my other videos, but some stuff that my therapist helped me with OCD specifically. Well, actually, I'm going to talk about just anxiety in general first, because I feel like that's something maybe more people deal with. I know there's a lot of people that deal with OCD, but I think there's more that deal with anxiety. So I was telling my therapist, like, it's hard for me to even go to the grocery store because I am so in my head 24/7 that sometimes I'm almost like, what is reality? like I just, have these intrusive thoughts all the time, and I get so confused what I'm supposed to be thinking about and what is actually important and what's not important, because that's how OCD makes you think, right? Makes you think that all these things that are in your head are the number one important thing that you have to do these compulsions. So when it makes me really anxious to go like to the grocery store or to go to a party or whatever, being around people, because I just feel like, oh my gosh, I'm probably gonna say something stupid. I'm in my head all the time. Like I can't think clearly half the time. Like if someone talks to me, I don't want to sound stupid. I don't want to say something stupid, or like, I don't know if this has happened to any of you, but I'll be like doing the self-checkout and I'll be like, oh my gosh, what if I just all of a sudden like blank out and I just don't remember like I get these weird fears, like what if I just like don't remember what I scanned and then I have to like start over and they have to help me and I'm embarrassed. Like these scenarios go through my mind and it's like, who cares? But it's like I just have all these weird fears. And so anyways, so my therapist gave me these things you can do when you're in those situations, or really in any situation where you are struggling and uncomfortable. It's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So number 5 is notice 5 small things. So like if you're walking up to the grocery store, notice a little crack in the road. Notice, just a sec, buddy. I'm doing a YouTube video. Can you go out, please? So five small things. No. Go. Okay. So 5 small things. She said like notice really, really small stuff too, like a little tiny crack in the sidewalk, stuff like that. By the way, I've said it before. I'm not going to edit these videos because I don't get paid and I don't want to do it. So if my kids come in, sorry. Okay, and then number 4 is 4 things that you can touch. So texture. So like if I'm at the grocery store and I'm having those moments, like I can just like find stuff that I can touch. Number 3 is 3 things that you hear in the background. It's pretty self-explanatory. Number 2 is 2 things you smell. And then 1 is 1 thing you taste. So she said, my therapist said, you can put like bubble gum in your mouth, a mint, something like that, and you can focus on that instead of, just being in your head and having these anxieties. So yeah, I think those things are very helpful for so many situations, whether it's work or, sitting at your desk and just focusing on these things when you're at work, when you're at church, when you're at a party, when you're wherever you feel anxious. So yeah, I think those are extremely helpful. And I have some generalized anxiety, but a lot of my anxiety stems from my OCD. So I experience both. But it can be debilitating, honestly. Like, I don't even really know how I would work right now. Like, I mean, I'm a nanny. I work from my house and I am a mom, but like, so it's not like I'm not working, but I'm like, how would I go like work at a job again? I used to work at these like high stress sales jobs and stuff like that. And I'm just like, I don't even know how I would do that with my like OCD and anxiety now. And it just can hold you back from so many things. And so it really can be crippling. But one thing I did learn in therapy was to not let it. Like, you have to take control, and basically you tell your anxiety who's boss. You tell your OCD who's boss. You don't let it control you, and you will feel extremely uncomfortable doing that because a lot of us have let it control us for so long. So I've shared this before, but the main thing that my therapist taught me was accepting the possibility. So, with OCD, it sits there and what if you don't turn off the stove and you burn your house down and your family dies? Whatever. I'm making up a scenario. That's not actually what I have, but it's accepting the possibility that could happen. And so you are saying, instead of going, oh my gosh, like I have to go check the stove again, because otherwise you will do compulsions all day long. That's how OCD works. And the more you do it, the more it actually feeds your brain. It really does. It actually tells your brain when you do a compulsion that it's important. And so because that part of your brain, if you have OCD, is not working correctly, you are now telling it it's important. And it is now almost, my therapist didn't teach me this part, but in my mind, it's almost storing that as important to the point where I almost can't get over it once I do the compulsion. I have a hard time moving on because I told my brain this was something that we need to worry about. And so, and my therapist would say probably, or the same thing. She would say, you're feeding the monster. Like, anytime you do a compulsion, you're basically feeding it. So it's basically doing the opposite of what it tells you to do. So you accept the possibility that, well, maybe I did leave my stove on and maybe I will burn my house down. Oh, well. And it's just accepting that possibility and kind of being like a bratty teenager and being like, oh, well, who cares? Because that is literally how you fight it. You can honestly think of it as a monster inside your brain that wants you to be miserable, wants to ruin your life, wants you to act on these compulsions so that you feed it, right? So you want to starve it. So you starve it by not doing compulsions and by agreeing with what it tells you. So if your OCD says, if you don't wash your hands right now, you're probably going to give your family a disease. You say, okay, well, I'm not going to wash my hands right now, so my family might get a disease. Oh, well. And it is unbelievably hard. And you have to kind of start out with the thing that bothers you the least and move up. So you don't want to start out with the thing that bothers you the most because it's extremely hard. This is what they teach you in therapy. So you start out with the thing that you have the least OCD about and go up the scale, basically. But yeah, you fight it. You win your OCD by not giving in and sitting with the uncomfortable. Sitting with the uncomfortable. You will feel so uncomfortable. You will literally feel like you're crawling in your skin and like you absolutely have to do that compulsion. But just sit with it. It will eventually go away. And as you do that and sit with it and it eventually goes away, you over time realize that, your family did not die when you didn't do that compulsion. You did not die when you didn't do that compulsion. You survived. It was okay. And you continue to do that over and over and over and over. And eventually you teach the OCD, like, hey, I didn't die from this, so I don't trust you anymore. I'm not going to do what you tell me. And when you are sitting with the uncomfortable, you're not actually just sitting there. You are refocusing your attention, not distracting yourself, not sitting there like, oh, I got to clean everything. I can't think about this. You're refocusing. So go do a task that you like to do. Go play solitaire, go knit, go for a walk, whatever you enjoy doing, and really focus on that. And that feeling will totally be there. It will be like this screaming child in the background of your mind, like, you have to do this. And you are literally ignoring it. Like my therapist said, she's like, it's like a toddler throwing a fit on the floor and you're literally just like stepping over the toddler. And as you continue to do this, the OCD will eventually lessen. And yeah, it will start to lessen. And it will often do something that's called the backdoor spike. When you get good at not doing a certain compulsion and you're starting to kind of overcome it, the more that you don't do it, it will come at you as something else. It's totally done it to me where I'm like, okay, I think I have this one down. Like I haven't been doing compulsions. I'm getting better. And then all of a sudden my OCD will come at me with something else. Well, what if you this, or what if, like, that is totally normal. And then you do the same thing with that new thought. Well, what if you don't, whatever it is. Like a lot of mine are mental compulsions. So like, what if you ran over a car or what if you ran over a child when you drove really fast to school today? You did hit a bump. What if that was a child? And that's when you say, well, maybe I did. That sounds crazy. But the thing is, you didn't. That's what OCD wants you to think. And they're crazy thoughts. They are thoughts that are so extreme. So you just do the same thing with that. Okay, well, maybe I did hit a child on the way to school. Oh, well. And you continue to sit with the uncomfortable and don't do a compulsion. You're not going to go back and check the road. You're not going to go back. You're not going to think about it. And you're not going to ruminate on it all day and say, well, what if I did? Oh my gosh, what if I did? Should I go check? Maybe I should go check. And then you go check and then you feel the need to check more than once. It's never just once. With OCD, it's never just once. And it will destroy your life if you let it. So it's taking control and just accepting what the OCD tells you. Whatever it tells you, accept the possibility that it might be true or it might happen. And you just don't care. Like I said, you just act like a bratty teenager and, oh well, maybe I did do that. Maybe my house will burn down. Oh well, I'm not going to go check it. And yeah, like I said, eventually it will fade. It's usually within 15 minutes that it starts to lessen the anxiety. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes for me, it's been a day, maybe 2 days when it was really bad. But it will eventually go away. So that's all I'm going to share for today. I have to get going, but I will continue to just share stuff that I've learned. And just remember, your mental illness does not control you. I know it feels like it does. Your OCD does not control you, but you are in control of your life. And just remember that. And you can fight it. You can fight it. And there are so many things you can do to make your life good. Not just like I'm surviving, but good. A great life. So that's all for now, folks. Bye.